Well, we finally have an answer from Stellantis on whether or not they would sell Chrysler and Dodge to Mr. Rhodes Jr., Walter P. Chrysler's great grandson. What do you think they said? What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And literally just saw this over at Mopar Insiders. They got it. They were the ones that broke the story and put out the proposal in the first place, where Frank B Rhodes Jr., who is Walter P. Chrysler's great grandson, made the offer to buy Chrysler and Dodge from Stellantis. Now, there was a ton of rumors running around. I mean, and not just regular, like fantastical rumors. There were a lot of corroborating and backup information that showed BYD, which was a Chinese company, showing up at all these different Chrysler facilities. Not so much Dodge, but Chrysler facilities, including CTC and the like. And what was interesting was, after all of this visiting and then the chairman of the board coming out, which they said was to look after what Carlos Tavares was doing here on his off time, which, yeah, by that as far as I could throw it. Who knows? Maybe he was. Maybe they're going to vote no confidence on Tavares and try to turn this whole thing around. Or, they were here for a meeting with BYD to see if it made sense to sell. In comes Frank B Rhodes, drops a great proposal talking about, the key point of, yes, we should invest in new technologies, and I 100% agree there, but going and not forgetting your heritage and where you come from. That was the key point, and I think everybody got excited with that. And he went directly in. They showed the different pictures of, the military trucks, and I'm going to put the article up here. Rhodes' statement, and I'm going to quote it right here, was, our goal is to bring these iconic American brands back under American control. By creating the new Chrysler Dodge LLC, we aim to restore the brand's heritage and independence, allowing them to thrive with a renewed focus on American roots. Now, Stellantis responded, and here's the Stellantis response. They responded to the statement reaffirming its commitment to its entire portfolio of 14 brands. Yet your CEO has consistently come out here and talked about shutting down or selling brands that don't make profits. So, sorry if nobody believes what you're saying, Stellantis. I think you're just looking for somebody who could pay more money. And I think, not on some Alex Jones-ish here, but I have to be honest, I think you want to see the American brands fail. I think you want to destroy the American brands. And there's no way in hell you want to sell it back. You'd rather sell it to the Chinese than sell it to the Americans, where we could revitalize it and bring it forward and make it better. But they said, we're reaffirming its commitment to its entire portfolio of 14 brands, including Chrysler and Dodge. That's BS. The company focused on a long-term strategy for all its brands, which is integral to its transformation towards clean mobility. Stellantis acknowledges the interest in its North American brands and reaffirms the company commitment to its entire portfolio, which were each given a 10-year time frame to build a profitable and sustainable business. So basically, you just want to run this shit into the ground for another 5 or 6 years so that there's nothing left. You've shut down all the factories. You want to make sure that when you sell the brands, nobody can fix it. That's pretty much what I'm hearing. So they said to build a profitable Stellantis stated, like the Jeep and Ram brands, Chrysler and Dodge are at the forefront of Stellantis' transformation to clean mobility, benefiting from the group's cutting-edge technology and scale. I'm sorry. The company is not pursuing splitting off any of its brands. While Stellantis has made it clear that it's not interested in selling Chrysler and Dodge brands, Rhodes' proposal highlights the ongoing debate about the future direction of these iconic American brands in a rapidly changing automotive landscape. Now, this was written by Robert Miller over there at Mopar Insiders. If you don't read, I don't know what to tell you, but if you do read, definitely go check out the site. Go read the whole article. But this doesn't surprise me at all. It doesn't. This literally just reaffirms what I've said before, in that I feel like Tavares and people behind Tavares, and that's also Exor and some of the other ones, as long as it doesn't hurt them too bad financially, they want to destroy it. I think they want to run it into the ground. And then it will be for sale in 4 or 5 years, maybe 6 years from now. But at that point, the dream, or the people thinking about, Hellcats and Hemi V8s and things of that nature, gone. See ya. What I can hope for is that in the near future, with a change, because we're definitely getting a change of administration no matter what in November in the presidential office. The only thing I can hope is with a change of administration and one company having the balls, and I think that's going to happen here really soon, to challenge the CAFE standards as unconstitutional. The second that happens, the daring to move forward strategy that Stellantis and Exor and Geely family and Carlos Tavares has put out there falls flat on its face. And that's just a fact. Because if you talk to any person, listen, Mopar brands are known as a performance brand. It's like what Pontiac was to GM before they effed that up. They have an opportunity here to either fix it or destroy it forever. And my hat's off, I may just salute to Walter P. Chrysler, Jesus, Frank B Rhodes Jr. Major salute to Frank B Rhodes Jr. for putting the proposal forward in the first place. Stellantis would be smart at this point, knowing what they're doing, to bring Frank B Rhodes on at the company to kind of help steer Chrysler to having some other products that are not just EVs. I understand what Stellantis is trying to do. They want to become a full electric company, but what people don't want that here. You can make electric Chryslers for Europe. Have at, man. Make them for Italy. Do what you want. I don't care. But here, people love hybrids. People don't want to have to sit or try to find an electric charging station. It's not like Europe, right? That's the thing that I think people don't understand the most here in America, right? Somebody wants to be able to go from Boston to Huntington Beach to go to California, right? And be able to just stop, put gas in the car, and keep it moving, right? You could do that trip in 3 days if you're a beast. If you're trying to do some cannonball-ish, you might be able to do it in a little bit over 24 hours. But you're not doing that in an EV. It's going to take 5 days, maybe longer, because you got to stop the charge consistently. People don't want to do that. And in Europe, it's not as wide, it's not as big as the United States is. And people really enjoy their freedom here. They want to travel. They want to be able to do different things. And they do a lot of that by car. So it's a great concept. EVs are great. And I've said this multiple times. I don't hate on EVs. I've owned over 8 of them at this point. I don't hate on EVs. EVs are great for in town. I wouldn't mind having one again here as a daily driver. In fact, I've been looking at a few BMW i3s. If you follow me on Instagram at TK's Garage, then you know that. But, you know, I don't know what's going to happen next. If Stellantis reverses course and they end up selling Chrysler to GAC or Geely or whatever, they end up selling that brand. If they end up selling that car, you know, that brand, and they start building Chinese-made EV cars under the Chrysler brand, and in the future, whether it's this year, next year, or whatever, and they did not seriously consider this proposal, this is just another thing that the lawyers that for shareholders that are suing Stellantis right now can use to be like, they're not meeting their fiduciary responsibilities. The answer here is, if Carlos Tavares just answered this and didn't properly bring this proposal to the board, it's just another example of them not meeting that fiduciary responsibility. But I digress. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's have a discussion in the comments. What do you think about what happened today? And as always, stay petty, my friends. Whoopee!